Hi, I'm Aaron Gasser, and today I'm going to be taking you through a turning kick, also known as a round kick. Before we start, there are two main variations of the kick, the first of which I call a turning kick. This is where you lift your knee straight up to the front and then you pivot, bring the knee around, kick and recoil the leg back, giving the option of delivering multiple kicks. This is mainly used in light to semi-contact sparring due to its speed. The other, a full turning kick, which starts from your chamber at 45 degrees, travelling in a circular motion and striking through the target, generating more power and damage. This is mainly used in full contact or in self-defense. This tutorial is for the turning kick. So if you want the full turning kick, please look at my video response or click the link below. The easiest way to do a turning kick is to perform the kick off the rear leg. So if you're right-legged, take your right leg back. If you're left-legged, take your left leg back. So once we've done that, then we should be in a nice fighting stance. Step one, we're going to lift our leg up nice and straight so our knee is basically pointing right towards the ceiling. On two then, you're going to turn your base leg almost 180 degrees. You're going to have your chamber leg parallel to the floor, your knee pointing to the side. All we're going to do then is extend the leg out, bring it back in, then we've got an option. We can either wrench and pull back, or we can just land the leg after we kicked in front. Here's the side view. So step one, lift your knee up straight, point towards the ceiling. Two, turn your pivoting leg almost 180 degrees, bring your knee around. And three, extend out, pull back, land leg in front. Obviously, you don't have to go through the turning kick that slow. Obviously, try and go one step, two step, three step, straight after each other, rather than one step, wait, because obviously balance then is going to be an issue. Obviously, if you struggle with your balance, you're going to struggle then to get to the end of the kick. So when you're actually practicing, it's more like lifting one, turn two, kick three, place down. Yeah, so it's a little bit faster. Obviously, I'm only going slower so you can see the technique more. Obviously, if I hold it a bit longer, you can see the position I'm in better. A few pointers to improve and understand the kick a little bit better. When you're at step one now, the reason why this knee is coming up straight is because the kick will get to the target faster. If we look at the full turning kick, obviously there's a lot more power, but the full turning kick, we're drawing around. Yeah, we're going obviously circular motion, coming straight through. It'll take longer to reach the target. So when we're doing light to semi-contact sparring, obviously it's better to chamber up straight, so he'll go into his target that little bit quicker. And if we're talking obviously off the front leg, it's going to be nigh on impossible to swing out and in. You're definitely going to see it coming, obviously opening your body up as well. So that's the main reason with the turning kick, the knee comes up straight, so it's a little bit quicker. When we go into the chamber of the turning kick, we need to make sure this knee is pointing directly towards the side. If it's pointing upwards, I swing the leg and I'll end up kicking up. This means when I hit the opponent, it's going to scuff up, it's not really going to cause any damage. We've got more chance of obviously hitting the elbow as well, and we're going to damage our foot. Obviously we don't want that. If we're bringing that knee right across, and it's going straight through the target, that means bam, it's going to be going straight into the ribs. Yeah, it's going to hurt, it's going to cause a lot of damage. When it hits the head as well, it's not going to scuff up and skin the head, boom, it goes into the head. Yeah, so then obviously you've got more chance of scoring a clear point, or causing more damage obviously if you're performing the kick on someone outside. When you kick with a turning kick, you should be trying to hit them with the lower shin, right by here. Obviously for reach and sparring, you can hit with the instep as well, so that'll give you a little bit longer range. If they're further away, obviously you've got more chance of hitting them with your instep than your lower shin. But if you want to cause a little bit more damage, then obviously your lower shin is stronger, it's more dense, so that's going to hit in there and give that a little bit more power, going to cause that much more damage. We can also use the ball of our foot when we do the turning kick. This has lower surface area, so when we're hitting something like a solar plexus, it'll dig in more and cause that little bit more damage. Obviously we're breaking boards as well. We're not going to be breaking boards with our instep. You're going to have no feet left. If we do it with our shin as well, yeah, it's going to hurt your shin. And even though your shin's very strong, it hasn't got the surface area to go straight through a board. Obviously a person, they're nice and soft. You're not hitting actually anything too hard or anything harder than your shin. When you hit the board, it's obviously going to be a little bit harder. When you connect with the kick, whether it be in sparring or self-defense, you don't want to just be aiming for the side of the head or the side of the body. You don't want to just tap it and come back. Obviously, to put the power into the technique, you have to go through the head or through the body. To do this as well, what I notice a lot of people don't do is they bring their knee to here and they just kick to here, which that means their leg hasn't gone through. So what you want to do is make sure your knee goes through. When you kick then, it passes the center line. So the power is going in through the person rather than tapping and pulling back. Go straight into the gut, straight obviously into the side of the head or the ribs. Yeah, and obviously you can cause that a little bit more damage. When you're kicking as well, we want to make sure this reaction hand, it should happen naturally anyway, but if you're wondering why this hand always comes down, yeah, if you're here and you try and tense up, yeah, your kick will be quite weak because you end up like this. This hand naturally wants to come down. It actually counterbalances. Yeah, so it'll help you get more power with your turning kick. So make sure, obviously, you let that come down. Your backhand, though, should be basically glued up. Because if I come in around with this kick, then more than likely another person is going to be throwing the turning kick as well. If you haven't got a guard, your face is open, you can get kicked straight in the face. Also, if we're talking in the sparring aspect, then you want to actually be leant back more, because when you kick, you're out of range. Yeah, the further your head is out of range, see, the harder it is for them to connect and hit it. So there's another point to consider. After completing the kick, we have a few options. So once we've kicked, yeah, we can pull back, we can come back to chamber, meaning we could kick again if we wanted to. So that could be whether we're trying to draw the guard down or we've missed, obviously it covers ourselves. If you find you struggle with the balance, yeah, you're actually quite covered anyway, because normally if you kick off the rear leg, it comes to the front, you can easily lift back up and go into a side kick or into a different kick, or you hook kick, you just go spin back kick. You've got loads of options. So if you miss, it's not the end of the world. Whereas if you miss with a full turning kick, yeah, you want them to be out of range. If they're in range or close to you after that, you're in trouble. Yeah, because when you're swinging through, bang, you're just going to get hit, aren't you? So the turning kick is a safer option when it comes to the semi-contact and light sparring. Yeah, because it's quicker and you can recover obviously faster from it. After you've got the rear turning kick, you should find the lead turning kick a lot easier. If you're still struggling, think of it as doing off your rear leg. Obviously we go to step one, we bring our knee up. If this was on the floor, all we have to do is obviously lean back slightly and bring our knee straight up. Then we go into step 2 and 3 and kick. Make sure though you pivot off your base leg. So your base leg now is obviously your back leg again. A lot of people when they flick off the lead, they forget to turn this leg, so you sacrifice a bit of power of the going through aspect like I was saying earlier. You obviously want to go through the centre line to get the more power. To do that, you have to turn your back foot and pivot. When you have the rear and lead turning kick, I recommend when you're doing light to semi or especially point sparring, you use the lead leg. The reason why this is because it's less telegraphed and it's a lot faster. So if you want to score your points or get quick points in light to semi and win, that's the best way to do it. Also, when you feel confident, experiment with the kick, moving forwards, back, left, right, diagonal, so you're more diverse when it comes to sparring or a confrontation. This concludes my tutorial on the turning kick. If you would like any other tutorials, please check my channel and subscribe for future tutorials.